to sew an elastic waistband or a waistband with elastic, what you need is, of course, elastic. It can be done in two different ways. If this were where we want to put it, you can have a separate piece to place your waistband in. Now I have prepared it. I have made it as a circle, and this one as a circle as well. It could be the top of a skirt. Then I have overlocked it at one edge, not both, just one. Now first of all, I take my waistband and put the two pieces upon each other and stitch it to put it together. I never do like this because it's going to be too thick and too heavy. I just put it upon each other and I stitch it by ordinary stitching. Let's go. And of course I have chosen a blue thread despite it's a white fabric, but that's easy, then it's easier to see what I'm doing. So let's go, stitch it and go backwards and try to do it so it looks like a zigzag to assure it's gonna last. So now we have another circle here. Now it's time for putting it away. Place it beside. Then we got this, and right side out of the fabric. Then you take your waistband and place it right against right, like this, seam upon seam. And the waistband here, the loose waistband, fits the one where it's placed. Now stitching 1 centimeter seam allowance. Okay, and now we got it like this. Now I'm just going to iron this so my fabric and my seam allowance are up in the waistband. Just a second. Now I have ironed this, and to help myself I have ironed it so it's hanging down, it's longer, so that it fits my elastic. Now it's time to place the elastic in here. I do that like this. Make sure it goes to the edge where it's folded. First of all, we put in the pins at the back, and we'll move it in a second. Then again, you can't put pins all the way around. You can put it in some places and hopefully catch it right afterwards, and make sure you're not stitching your elastic, because it just has to be in this tube. Like this and like this. Now I can just place my elastic or my pins here so I can stitch it at the right side, and before I start sewing, I'm going to check it to assure that I have done it right, because if you look here, now I have it in the elastic and that's not good. I need to go below. I can stretch it, put a finger on the place, and I want to place a pin. And again, checking. It's not the easy way, but it's a brilliant way, because this makes sure that what you're doing is not it's gonna be this way. It's not an easy way, but it allows you to do this so it's working, and that's what it's all about. Because if you try to put it on and stitch through here, your elastic won't work in the same way. But how I'm doing it, I can still feed the elastic, so that gives me a way of doing it. So now I put in some pins, maybe a few more, to help out everything. I think my elastic is a little bit bigger than what I'm doing, but again, let's check it. So I'm checking, prop them here, and a little prop them here. And let's see, this working, that's working as well, working. And here is another little problem. I think now it is working all the way. Now prepare my machine, because of course the easy way is to put it around the arm. And now I start stitching. I start just stitching a small piece, and of course if your thread was the right colour, it's not a problem. Now, because I'm stretching here, sometimes it is needed to help it at the back of the machine, because otherwise it kind of gathers too much, or the wrong places. So you see, even though the preparation took some time, it's all worth it, because now it's so much easier to do. But small pieces, and we're nearly there. And you see, then you can just adjust your, and here it is. And here the overlock edge is sticking down, but you probably know the feeling where it's collapsing inside this tunnel. and that's not what we want. So I lock it at the center back in the seam, so it won't be seen that it's there. Like this. And now my piece do not have any side seam, but I could lock it there as well, and then it won't collapse. If you have a very colored fabric, you could do it at back and front and the side. Even though you don't have a seam here, you can just make a tiny little attachment so that it's kept. But this is how to make it one way. You'll find the other way where it's all in one at the web page. Did you like what you just seen, and do you want to learn more? Then subscribe. I'll constantly develop and upload new things, all based upon the professional way of sewing. All the best from me, and good luck with your work.